Hey guys, it's Mr. Smiley here from Terps Win B1G. I thought I would do an update to the Mass Bowler instructional that I did a couple weeks ago, just because I've changed a couple things that I've been doing with my Mass Bowler lineup. I've decided to push up to Titans, which not only gives me a lot of opportunity to practice against Town Hall 11s with Eagles, but also to see what they're doing to my bases, at least before I switch to an anti-bowler base. So this is what I've tweaked what I was doing with the Mass Bowler from the instructional from a couple weeks ago. I've dropped the Giants for just more healers on each of the wings here. So I just wanted to show not only for our guys in Terps Win B1G, but also for other guys who may not have a lot of Town Hall 11s to help you out with. Here's what has been working for me, and it's been working really well. In addition to this 3-star this war, I had an 88% 2-star against the number 1 that worked out pretty well. So let's start out with, it's the same damn attack every time. It works really well. The key is just getting the funnel right, and you do have to pay attention to spell drops and stuff like that, but 90% of the battle is funnel. It's similar with Town Hall 10. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit less durable with Bowler 2, and you're going to want bowlers in the clan castle instead of a golem. But our Town Hall 10s have been having a lot of success with the same kind of strategy here. So first you drop a jump here. Even though it's on the outside, the jump allows easy entry. You don't have to monkey with wall breakers, and the jump makes the bowlers clump. So I drop a jump, then I'm going to drop the golem up the middle here, and then once I do that, I'm going to drop 3 or 4 bowlers here to the side, followed immediately by 2 healers, and 3 or 4 bowlers here, followed immediately by 2 healers. I kind of do it with a 2-finger drop to make sure that I'm setting them both at the same time. Then I'm going to put 2 wizards here, 2 wizards here, again with the same 2-finger drop, just to help with the funneling, help clear out some stuff. And then on these ring bases in particular, again, a 2-finger drop with the rest of the bowler pack. And I had played around with a 1-finger drop. Not only is it releasing it slower, the bowler's pack slower, but also if it's a 1-finger drop and the funnel starts going one way, you can lose it really quickly. So once you get that down, you want to pop an early rage here, and then you're going to just head into the core. You want to prioritize taking out the eagle first, even if that means you're taking the infernos on broadside. But here on a base like this, you don't have to choose. And then after the bowler pack, you do want to drop your heroes pretty much in order, and then have your second rage come over here to try to wipe out the core, and then the freeze is going to be on the back side. Try to catch both an Inferno and an Expo. The key is that Inferno, and that allows the rage to the raged healers of your main pack to go ahead and heal up the bowler pack in the core. So this isn't always going to give you a 3-star against Town Hall 11s, but it's going to give you a really good chance to 3-star, and on a fail you should still get a pretty high 2. So when you start out here on this pack, usually at least one of those side funneling crews will head inside. Sometimes they do head outside. As long as one of them goes inside and you get at least 3 healers on the inside, you should be golden. And so you come in here, you want to drop that Path of Poisons, especially when you're having the minions come out. If you're a Town Hall 11, you pop the tome as you start hitting the clan castle troops and the core of the base and the infernos, so that tome acts as kind of the first heal / freeze combo, and then they're going to get into the core and they're going to rage through. If you're on a base where you don't need to have a jump on the outside, then maybe you can jump out of the core, but I would not save that second jump just to get out of the core. The most important part is getting in that base and getting a nice funnel into that base, and that, don't get greedy trying to get a 3 before you've secured the 2. So here you can see, here you never know where the healers are going to end up. Sometimes you get a bad split, and that's where you're not going to get the 3-star. If you do get a nice split, they will go to either a whole pack of bowlers or over to the Archer Queen. Here, as you can see, they do kind of help meet up. I also carry those 2 minions as cleanup. You know, they can also secure, if you're raiding, they can secure the 70%, or maybe, you know, on a really bad one, they can secure the 50%. But on a war attack like this, you know, you don't want to end up with a building or two that's just out of reach. So here, everybody's just circling around, and you can see, you know, not much left that's going to jeopardize this. I still have the queen's full ability, and you know, really the attack comes down to getting everything into the core and just ripping out the core of the base. That's why you'll see with a lot of the anti-bowler bases, they've spread out the damages, but the damage stuff, but defenses. But until, you know, against bases, you know, as long as you're seeing bases that still are in the old meta, bowlers are probably going to be your number one option to just roll through them. So I hope you enjoyed that. You know, I can get some more videos of raid attacks. Hopefully I'll get some more of some war attacks. Well, we can go ahead and let's look at the 88% on the number one here. And like I said, I did had a little bit of a mess up. You know, I'm not sure whether I should have just gone with 3 jumps here just because there's so much space, but in raiding, I've had a lot of success with this style, even with the 2 jumps, even you know, where I'm not able to get full access to the second half of the base. So again, there we go with the 4 bowlers on the outside and 2 healers, 2 finger drop. The bowlers under heal can survive at least 1 eagle volley, and then they get in there. And if they're about to take a second one, usually that's when you want to start thinking about using the tome. Here, there was so much stuff going on in the core there that I saw that single Inferno start to ramp up, and I lost track of where my king was and ended up popping the king ability just a little bit too soon right there. And so I don't know whether that cost me the 3. It might have, just because my king was at full health and I didn't need to pop the ability. But, you know, in the middle of a war attack, you know, it's pretty easy to lose track of what's going on. And when that single locks on your Burger King, it goes from full to 0 really, really quickly. So you don't want to mess around with a single when you have your king there in the core. So better safe than sorry. Secure the high 2 before going for the 3. But I think it was as soon as I hit that button, I knew that you know, that I was looking at that wrong 40, and that was really my queen in there and not the king. Obviously the queen, if you pop her cloak, then the single will target something else. But still, you know, it went around here, and I did end up with an 88% 2-star, which against, you know, the number one 109k Town Hall 11 is, you know, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. So let's go ahead and just watch the cleanup. The Warden does a nice job just staying out of range. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but can pick up some percentage there at the end. But again, you know, this style of bowler attack, this is pretty similar to what our Town Hall 10s are doing too. I think they've been playing around with 2 healers in the middle, so 6 total healers. But for the most part, I think this works pretty much the same at Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11. You just have to adjust, you know, difficulty of the base. Why don't we go ahead and we can see the difference between Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11 on that same base. Terpso 1 stepped up and did get a 2-star on that same base. So let's just see what the difference in troop strength. Obviously there is going to be a huge difference because of the Warden, but Bowler 3 are a bit tankier than Bowler 2. So here he's still using the giants out there, and obviously it still works. The thing that I found was that you know, here 01 very smartly used it where he's going to be facing the most damage, but you don't want to have a giant just sitting there anchoring a healer for the entire raid. So that's why against most bases I've just decided going with 2 healers, and the bowlers seems to keep them intact. So here he does have a level 40 Archer Queen. The Burger King's only level 30, but pretty much the same attack that I did. You know, we wanted to get our Town Hall 10s some practice against Town Hall 11s, and we got a favorable matchup where there weren't any Town Hall 10s. So we knew that we didn't really need him to do this attack, but you know, it's good for, you know, knowing your limitations for the more competitive wars. So here you can see he did get in here. With a Max King, he probably would have been a little bit, I think he would have definitely taken out that other Inferno, which would have helped him a lot, would have kept those healers alive. But still, a really, really solid attack, and you can kind of see the difference that between 10 and 11, that the attack was pretty much the same style, just comes down to troops and heroes. So I hope you enjoyed the update, and until next time, let's go Terps!